When niggas turn bad, just know it's all good. And when I took the stance, you know where I stood. Ain't never played defense, I've been ambiguous. I can't stand fake niggas who's disingenuous. For the tribes, I've been 10 toes reppin', tunnel vision direction. Focus so keen, that word you say is impressive, no stressing. Since I repented and seeking blessings, something like a spiritual decompression, refresh at the West Coast raised me. Gardena baby, Strawberry Square, we taking trips on the daily, it's crazy. Daily reflecting, I'm introspective, seeing different perspectives like I'm astral projecting. Now the vision clear, I'm on a mission here. Always forward elevation, never looking rear. The driver of my goals, yeah, I'm the one who steer. And Yahweh is the one you know and I revere. Said niggas ain't knowing. We gon' talk cause we can. We thrive in the pessimism. Just cut that damn weight and we keep it pushing. Greatness in the making, baby. It's 12 tribes but one nation. Chucking up the dose in case you didn't know. It's that tribal shit, yeah. Said niggas know I'm Big Brew steppin'. 12 tribes reppin'. Blue strip at the hem of the garment, it ain't a question. Ain't no turning back the day you choose a direction.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Man, it's early. Hey, shalom to the few people that's here with me this morning, man. Hey, all glory, honor, and praise be to the Most High God, man. We back here Monday morning, early in the morning. I used to do these about 2 years ago. Wake up early morning, and then got busy, started moving. We moved from state to state, and then I stopped. I got a lot of requests like, hey, man, why you don't do the Monday morning shows no more? I said, I'm going to bring it back, and just not getting back to it, man. So all glory, honor, and praise to those viewers who here with me this morning, man. Make sure y'all hit the like and subscribe button if you haven't done so already. If you hear this early, you probably already hit the like and well, at least the subscribe button because you got the notification. But man, the Monday morning shows when we used to do them, man, they were beautiful, man. We used to wake up, people on the way to work, they would have something to listen to on the way to work, and you know, viewership was pretty good, man. We were like averaging about 100, 150 people per at the time. Once it got good and rolling, and then in the middle of it, I had to stop. That's up. But we back, man. We back. Y'all make sure y'all share, man, so everybody can know, man. The Monday morning roundtable is back. You know what I mean? Chat with y'all on the way to work. Chat with y'all when y'all, you know, just chilling, you know, something to chat to and listen to in the morning. You know what I mean? Hey, how do I say that? Yasha Yahoo. Hey, shalom. Crucial Psalms and poetry. Shalom, family. Shalom. Make sure y'all hit the like button. Make sure y'all share the broadcast so we can get some more folk in here. Try and be more consistent with the Monday morning roundtable. Hey, Coach J.O. It's my brother right there, man. It's my brother. It's my brother from the other platform, from the sports platform. Coach, what they saying now, Coach? They ain't Rockets no more? They not Rockets no more. First they were Lakers. Lakers in 5 didn't happen. Then they were Rockets. Rockets in 7 didn't happen. Now they might be Wolves. Who knows, man? Who knows? I don't know, man. Thing crazy. But anyway, man, y'all hit that share button. Hey, flip the scripto. Shalom. Flip the scripto. Shalom. Hey, so they transfer to a whoop, man. You know how I go, man. You know how I go. It's gonna be that way, man. Hey, man. So for hopefully, man, for those who catch this on playback, man, how was y'all Passovers, man? This is a welcome back episode. I want to talk about how was y'all Passovers. There was a lot going on this year, right? A lot going on in the Passovers. How was your particular Passover? How was your particular Passover? Man, I'll drop it in chat. Drop in the chat, man. How was your Passover? Also, where you watching from? What city and state you in? What city and state you in? You know what I mean? All glory, honor, and praise be to the Most High, man. All glory, honor, and praise be to the Most High in the name of His one and only begotten. How was your Passover? All right. Hey, flip the script. How's that? Flip the scripto says his Passover. I'm guessing you're referring to the Passover. It was fire. Where'd y'all keep y'all Passovers at? I mean, where they kept at? We kind of had a little different situation with our Passover this year. We had to split it up. We were just due to certain reasons and situations, we kind of split. So, but you know, even with that being said, man, Passover was still a beautiful Passover. There's a lot going on this Passover season, though. It's a lot going on. It's a lot going on. Y'all seen it, man. Just recapping the Passover season. Hey, notice every single year at Passover time, a lot start happening. And if you even start, like, if you pay attention to maybe even your own congregations, it may not be something that's, you know, floating around virally, but start watching the spirits, how they start moving in your congregations around Passover time. It starts happening. I call them the Passover demons. They start coming out. All right, a little bit before Passover, because you know we all kind of keep Passover, like, I ain't gonna say differently, but not all at the same time. You know, some brothers and sisters observe the sliver moon, which so their Passover kind of be a little different. Some observe the dark, some observe the full. So Passover counts are different, so you'll be on different days. Basically, they will be 2 weeks probably, and you know, depending on how you count, do your counts, 2 weeks apart. You know, because of the phases, right? But man, when you start looking at when that Passover getting ready to start, and then it's starting to come through and the season's here, and then as it's going out, notice how the uproar it's like this. It's the Passover season, uproar. When Passover's done, it kind of calms down again and starts going back down. But every year it's something around the Passover, man. Tell me y'all haven't noticed that. Y'all had to notice it. Man, I've been seeing a Facebook post, man. What y'all saying over here? You say, are you coming to the summit in Atlanta this year? I don't know. What's the date on the summit? I don't even know the date. I'm gonna be honest with you. Crucial something. I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I literally disconnected a little bit. You know, I used to be like in tune, you know, so much, but so much be going on. I kind of disconnected myself from a lot of things that's happening in Israel. I disconnected myself from a lot of teachers. Reason being because what we're talking about now, the Passover demons, man, what we've been seeing a lot of craziness. So one thing I try and, you know, do, and I say this quite often, man, where my background music at? Oh, there we go. Y'all let me know if my background music is too loud. But what I like to do is, man, I like to keep my name clean. So I don't want to have my name into all type of, you know, everything. So I kind of backed off. And so I don't even know when the date is. I kind of stopped being, I don't know, around it. I don't know if that's the best way to say it, but June 26th. I actually might be in the area in June 26th, actually. I believe so. If so, man, I might check it out. The last Passover I actually went to was in Atlanta. I'm not Passover, but the last summit I went to was actually in Atlanta. So I might slide through and check it out, man. Yeah, man. Yeah. Let me look at the chat, man. Who we got in here? Let's say Flip script, you say Passover was dope. You in Connecticut, roasted the lamb, everything was fire. Come on, all praises. Hey, where else y'all watching from? We got a few people in here, man. Where y'all watching from? Yeah, you said I feel you on that. I disconnected as well. We have begun to change. We want to see in Israel. Yeah, you're right. You're not telling no fibs right there. We do have to be that change that we want to see. And that's the same thing I tell my congregation, you know. I tell the body, man, NIOC, Nation Institute of Christ, we got to begin to be that change. Speaking of that change, okay, so speaking of that, man, gospel dissonance. So you're watching from Indiana. You say this Rod. What? Oh, Rod. What's up, Hawk? Indiana in the house. God. Speaking of that change, though, you know, I felt guilty, right? Let me tell you why I felt guilty. Because talking about these Passover demons, everything that's happened in Israel and all over the community, that's been all over Facebook, you got all type of madness happening. You got all type of craziness happening. And a lot of it was extremely shocking. Y'all saw it. A lot of it was extremely shocking. You got teachers, men who were supposed to be righteous and holy men, and we see how they walking, man. We got righteous, holy men doing all type of craziness. Recently, we got brothers who are teachers. I mean, they going in on other brothers on. I got a text message that said, "Hey, you might want to come into this clubhouse room." So I go into the clubhouse room. So another brother, another teacher, well respected, going in on another brother. You know, they go and they back and forth. And I'm like, man, and y'all probably seen the clip because it was shared on Facebook of some of y'all within that, I guess, circle on Facebook. I'm talking about these are teachers and brothers that's going back and forth. You know, all these brothers are respected brothers and loved brothers, but the behavior, man, you know, somebody might have a problem with me speaking on the behavior. And the phones, they work if that's the case. But what I'm looking at is like, damn, this is what we doing in Israel. And that was one step, even out of all of the, excuse my language, what they were saying. I'm trying to give y'all the update if you don't know. Out of all of the pussies and the bitchs and F niggas and all the rest of that stuff that was being said, I'm sitting back like, wow, these are the quote unquote leaders. But that wasn't the shocking part to me. I don't know if the most shocking part that was shocking for me was as shocking for everybody else, but it was something else I heard that caught me that said, we Israelites, we do this Israelite thing, but sometimes we got to be who we are. And I didn't understand that. You know, I didn't understand that. And I'm like, wait, but I thought this was who we are. I thought walking this way was who we are. I remember Christ saying that or acting in such a way because he was lied on to a certain degree and this and that. And I understand what the brother said the lie was and why he was so adamantly opposing it. I get that. But Christ was lied on and they was trying to find a reason to take his life. They were trying to find a reason to take the life of Christ, but yet because somebody said something about my name, I'm finna go on here. I see you is what they call it. It's up or it's on, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. So I'm like, out of all of the stuff that was said, that's what pushed me back the most. Like, we do this Israelite thing, but sometimes we got to be who we are. And I'm analyzing that. To me, that's saying we're a particular type of person. This is who I am. I just do this Israelite thing. This Israelite thing isn't really who I am. Now, if that's not the case, then that's not the case. But that it can be taken that way. Well, at least it was taken that way by me. I could be wrong. But listening to that, we do this Israelite thing, but sometimes we got to be who we are. And Isaiah says, your countenance will testify. Again, let me get that real quick in Isaiah. Where is that in Isaiah? I'm gonna pull that up real quick. Y'all give me a second. I think it's Isaiah 3, if y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm gonna read this real quick. I think it's Isaiah, the 3rd chapter. I might be wrong. Let me see something. I want to put it on the screen. Isaiah 3. Let me see this real quick. I think it's 3 and 9. Check this out real quick. Mic check. Y'all can still hear me? Isaiah 3 and 9. Let's look at what it says. It says, the show of their countenance doth witness against them, and they declare their sins as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their souls, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. Woe unto themselves, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. And the crazy part about that is, hey, Shalom. Hey, CJ Keys. Hey, Shalom, CJ. Isaiah 45:7, Shalom. What we say was gonna go with? Sister Liam, because I be tearing her name. I can't say it. So, hey, Shalom, sis. Kazat Shalom. The big Messiah in the building. Y'all know what time it is. The Big Messiah. Make sure y'all check in with Messiah TV. The Big Messiah in the building. That's my big brother right there, man. So Isaiah 3 and 9 says, the show of their countenance does witness against them. They declare their sins as Sodom. They hide it not. Woe unto their souls, for they have rewarded evil unto themselves. And precept in that, Sirach 37:17, I don't have that on the big screen, but it says, Sirach 37:17 says, the countenance is a sign of the changing of the heart. The countenance is a sign of the changing of the heart. But what is the countenance? It's how you show. It's to show. Remember the woman at the well was talking to Christ? You know, how are you being a Jew talking to me? How she knew he was a Jew? His countenance, how he looked, who he was. She could look at him and say he was a Jew. A person can look at you and tell who you are. I'm supposed to see a man of the Most High. Remember Deuteronomy, scripture says, you know, by us keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments, that the rest of the world gonna be like, oh, this is a wise nation. Why? They're able to see us. So when I heard that, hey man, we do this Israelite thing, but sometimes we got to be who we are. I didn't get that. I didn't understand that. I didn't see the example of Christ, right? And it's all around Passover season. Yeah, son, shalom, shalom. You know, this all around Passover season. Like, I don't get that, man. So again, man, the Passover demons work hard. Here's the thing though. They don't take lunch breaks or naps. They don't go to sleep. But we do. They don't go to sleep though. And they were rocking this year and the year before and the year before and the year before and probably next year, right? So when I heard that, man, I'm like, I'm just looking at everything that's going on. And I was really disappointed, you know? I was really disappointed because sometimes we can't let's say the reason the brother was all upset was actually 100% true. And he believed it to be true. From what I got from it and what was stated, and I didn't find it to be true. But it was such a display of anger. I was listening to it and I rewind, I listen to it. And sometimes we can get in such a ball of anger that we forget even what's being said. I rewinded it and I heard a lot of name calling and strong name calling coming out, right? And this is by the teachers and leaders in Israel. This is by the well-respected leaders in Israel. Street, goon. That's we want to, come on, man, what this is how we living. No, I just did, let me clear that up because I don't remember him saying he's gonna shoot nobody, nothing like that. But the point is, the image that was being put out, it was a street image, is what I'm saying. All right, so let me be clear about that. All right, but this is Passover season. DTA 21, Proverbs 22:1. Shalom. So we here, and everything I'm seeing, right? Everything I'm seeing, it was just really crazy from one situation to the next. And there's a lot more stuff that y'all ain't seen yet, y'all ain't heard yet. During my Passover, another brother reached out to me, well-respected teacher and leader that y'all, you know, listen to, you know, brother who I still definitely listen to, who I still have the utmost respect for because I see him carry himself in a righteous way, right? He reached out to me, shared some things with me. I'm like, wow, blew my mind, you know? It's just some other things going on. And the crazy part is, this is all during while I was having Passover. And the brother was this brother's very respectful. He always respectful, you know? He's like, man, hey, you busy, man? Man, forget that. I always got, hey, if I got time, I got time. If I ain't got time, I can make some time for this brother because the brother is a respectable brother, you know what I mean? So I took the time, told my congregation, I'll be right back. Actually, I told a few people in the congregation I'll be right back. I couldn't tell all of them. So I went and took the call, talked to him, heard a lot of disturbing things. I'm like, wow, man, this is really happening. I could never remember I could never understand, should I say, how we as a people sat at the mount, saw the glory of the Father at the mount, worshiped the cow 5 minutes later. We sat at the mount, saw the glory of the Father, and worshiped the cow 5 minutes later.
That was crazy.
So with that being said, I'm like, okay, now what I'm seeing today, oh, it makes sense now. We them people, right? I'm talking about regeneration or whatever, you know, if you believe in that or not. Even if you believe that or not, we still them people. Might not, even if you don't believe we're the exact people, we just still the lineage of those people that sat and watched the glory of the Father, worship the cow 5 minutes later. Like, dang, how short is your memory? How short can our memory be to see the glory and worship a cow 5 minutes later? Now, granted, y'all know exactly 5 minutes later, but the time period was so short. But now I see all this is going on. I'm like, it makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. We them people. So anyway, brother called me during the Passover. I go and I talk to him. All type of disturbing news, which y'all will probably hear about at some point. I don't know. And when I got the phone with him, another brother reached out. Looked at the brother in my body. I said, it's called a Abaya day today. Another brother reached out. Another leader. And this was concerning something else that was floating around. All right. You might be like, well, why you ain't saying names? Well, the first brother who reached out, there ain't no sin there. You know, there's no sin. He's just reaching out, you know, to talk. He's actually calling to check on me, see how I was doing. Honestly, we got into the conversation. So, I mean, there's no need to say names. There's no name that's supposed to be said. The second situation, when the brother called me, another teacher, there's possibly some sin there. There's accusations, allegations that there are sin. It is sin there, but I don't know if it's factual or not. You know, they're still looking into it and trying to figure it out. Well, they have looked into it. The brother told me he has looked into it and gotten some results that resulted in it most likely not being true. There's another side that's saying, no, it is true, whatever. The sad part is it's floating around Israel, and a lot of y'all don't heard it already. So there's another teacher in Israel, and, you know, there's another brother, you know, that I know, and he's proven a sister, and the accusation or the allegation is that this teacher's wife laid with his wife. You heard that correctly. Wasn't the man, it was the woman. That's what is being alleged. I want to keep putting that out as being alleged because there is an investigation, right? So there is nothing been proven. The fact is, the point is I'm making is, all this is Passover. Passover demon's working hard. Let's just say all this is just alleged, it's not true, whatever. Even if it could be proven to be not true, the Passover demons are working to try and bring us down, like make us look a certain way into the eyes of the people when we really supposed to be a light to the Gentiles. I'm not going to debate who the Gentiles are, whether you believe that they're Northern Kingdom or blood-born Gentiles, whoever they are, whoever you believe they are, we're supposed to be a light to them. You know, it's hard to be that light when these type of allegations and situations have been alleged about a person, about a people, should I say. So I was like, what? Hold on. Wait. Not the brother, but the sister. Now, this is not just gossip or hearsay. There's strong allegations with this. I wouldn't be talking about it if it was just some gossip or hearsay. And the reason it's bothering me so much, because again, right here at this season, it's Passover season. This is when all this stuff starts to rumble and roar and start coming up and coming out. And I'm like, damn, but the Passover demons, they work hard. They work hard each and every year. They work hard each and every year. As a matter of fact, I forgot to do this before my hour expires. Drop the link in the chat if you want to jump in and chit chat with me. Even if you decide to, we ain't gonna be here too long. It's the Monday morning show from 7 to 8. Got to get the babies to school. I'm gonna put them back in homeschooling though next year. I should have never took them out, but you know, it is what it is. But anyway, so now we're here, right? And we here, and these things have been said. So we got situations with brothers and their wives and crazy stuff happening. We got other situations with brothers like they want to murder other brothers, and we got another situations with allegations of brothers' wives sleeping with other brothers' wives. And guess what? These are all men you know, men you watch on YouTube, and it's like, man, this is a bit much. And so I'm sitting here now, I'm listening and I'm watching, and mind you, I want to make this perfectly clear because I had to say this before on the show we did previously. I ain't pick up the phone to call nobody. Not to say, hey, ooh, what happened? The tea, the gossip, the juice. I ain't calling nobody. I heard about the stuff, but brothers called me, right? And all glory and honor and praise to be to the Father that brothers feel like I have an ounce or a crumb or a fraction or of a good name that they feel like they can reach out and even talk. So I'm listening to these things. I'm looking at these things that's happening. And it's a brother on here. I don't know if he's still on here or not, but I was talking to him and he said, brother, I didn't even know you had a congregation. So when he said that, he was like, he wasn't the first person to say it though. He said, I didn't even know you had a congregation. Oh yeah. NIOC, Nation Institute of Christ. Never heard about it. Most people haven't. I've spoken about it on the show. I've mentioned it quickly, you know, but I've never been that person to be like, we need 200-300 people. Christ did it with 12. I feel like numbers don't matter. We have a small body, small, quaint, you know, we don't deal with a lot. When I say we don't deal with a lot, man, we don't deal with a lot. we don't deal with a lot, you know? Hey, Yavin, shalom, shalom. We don't deal with a lot. And listen, if y'all want to jump on, the link is down in pinned. It's pinned and it's on there in the chat, just in case. If you want to jump on, say shalom, good morning, whatever the case may be. But we don't deal with a lot, right? And I don't really promote, because you know, you might hear brothers, hey, join my camp. Yeah, I got a camp. We don't really refer to it as a camp a lot of times. It's a body. We're a family. We have a family setting. Let's say somebody in the family has done something wrong. Like, yeah, we definitely believe in correction, but we can correct without disrespect, without craziness. There's nothing, when I say done something wrong, we've never had a major situation where somebody's actually just going off the wall. Why am I saying that? Because I was fearful of just saying, hey, y'all come join the body, yada, yada, yada. Because I initially did that when about 5-6 years ago, when body first started. We have a fairly young body. I did that. And just because people who followed the platform and people who knew of me and from other platforms I have that came over, and we had sisters just coming to look for just simply there to get a husband. Sisters was there because they like me. You know, it was just confusion. So we had to kind of remove some people. Like, we're not here for this. If you're not here to serve the Lord, we can't have this. And so from that point forward, I never really opened it up again. And so when the brother told me, he said, man, I didn't even know you had a congregation. I felt guilty because I'm looking at all that's going on in Israel, right? Everything that's going on around Israel. And I'm like, I do feel like the Lord blessed us. Well, we don't deal with a lot that you see that's going around. And I feel like it's a lot going around. Maybe because I know about a lot of stuff that ain't hit the net yet. That probably gonna be hitting the net pretty soon, right? And so for that reason, I was like, I felt guilty because my whole mindset was Christ did it with 12, man. We don't have to have a congregation the size of IUIC to be able to do the work of the Lord. And shout out to them brothers because they actually be out there hustling doing God's work, man. They're a huge body. The Most High has grown them tremendously. So, and a lot of other bodies too. Shout out to all the bodies around Israel, man. This ain't no knocking session. But what I'm saying is we don't have to have a huge body to be able to do it. You know, where 2 or 3 are gathered, man. And so that was my mindset. So I didn't really advertise too much. But when the brother told me that, I was like, you know what? If I do firmly believe that the Most High is moving within the body and is really allowing a small group of people to learn and grow, then maybe I should start telling people. Maybe it's selfish of me to not say nothing, to, you know. And so from that point, I started like, you know what? Yeah, maybe I should say something. I said, I will. I'm still nervous about that. I'll be honest with you, because again, you know, when you feel like I got a good thing, I don't want to mess it up. It's a lot of, I love Israel. There's a lot of crazies out there though. And you don't really know they're crazy until the crazy show. Sometimes you can get little red flags, you know, but you know, the scripture says, was it Deuteronomy 1:19? You must do diligent inquisition. So you got to know if it's crazy or not. Just because you got a red flag, that's not enough. You just got to watch it. And sometimes when you watch it, when it shows his face, it's like, golly. But anywho, so for that reason, I was like, you know what? I'm talking to the brother. So you know what? I should start opening those doors. Because again, my thing wasn't about numbers. It's still not about numbers. For y'all who follow my other platform, the We the People platform, that I care about numbers over there. I care about numbers over there. That's why I'm sitting at almost 700,000 subscribers. That's why it's over what, 250 million views. Like that platform over there, that's the mega giant. You know, platform I got right here, man. When I first, for y'all who follow or for y'all who remember Inside the Nation when I first started, Inside the Nation started. And when we started, man, I think our first guest was Joel from Sons of Thunder. He came on. I think he was the first guest, right? We don't have everybody on here, man. We don't have Joel from Sons of Thunder, had Masharathi, had Judah Mad. We don't have Tazariak, ISUPK, Sakari, Guerrilla Hebrew, and Hakan. So many times that people actually thought I was a part of Sakari. And just a slew of, you know, other people, right? And when we started it, you know, so I remember you used to hold debates. Yeah, I used to host the debates. And then when I stopped, now I'm gonna tell you why I did that change. Why you stopped seeing a lot of people come on, and it doesn't mean everybody you stop seeing coming on is guilty of this, but why you stop seeing a lot of people, bringing a lot of people on, I just kind of stopped hosting shows myself. And, you know, y'all will see Darash, y'all will see Rick Judah. You know, those are brothers I talk to on a regular basis. And I kind of stopped hosting so many other brothers on. So again, let me repeat this. Just because you've seen a brother on the show in the past and you don't see him now, that doesn't mean he's guilty of what I'm about to tell you. But I'm generally speaking right now, just to be clear, because I know how Israel, man. It's like the phone game. You whisper something in one ear. By the time I get to the next person, it's something completely different. It's not that, right? But this internet thing started to turn into, let me check the back page real quick. Okay. This internet thing started to turn into Hollywood, right? Because at the time, Inside the Nation, I was more consistent. If y'all been following, I haven't been really consistent as much. Just so much been going on. I just haven't been consistent. I've been pulled 25 different ways. So I'd be doing shows, then I stopped doing shows. So the viewership definitely went down. But before I did that, the viewership also went down before I got inconsistent with the scheduling. Let me tell you why. Because at first, we were doing shows, the debates. We got to the point where we'll host a debate, 300-400 people watching, and you know how many people are going to show up on the debate. Why? Because it's a debate. Debates have a somewhat of a somewhat drama, kind of, because you're going to see people argue. Debates are good. Don't get me wrong. I host debates, and I'll still host a debate. Debates are good. I'm actually going to be sharing a debate that I was supposed to, be reacting to yesterday, and I kind of got lost in my timing, but debates are great. But I stopped doing certain things because let me show y'all this brother right here. This nigga wicked. If you ever see him coming, go the other way. He said you stopped because I kicked you out the way. I used to change this little nigga diapers, right? Right. He about that tall, right? He don't grow up a little bit. He got a big fluffy beard. I changed his diapers, and now he think he the man. Nah, I'm just playing, y'all. That's my brother right there. Hey, shalom, man. So what ended up happening was, I don't know if I ever said this on Inside Nation before, but before we stopped the whole situation, excuse me, what I did was, will you ever do Brew League again? No, and that's what I'm about to get into. I won't do a Brew League. I ain't doing none of that, man. No. I don't want to say no, because I actually want to do a Brew League again. I want to do Brew League again, but Brew League, man, I'll tell you about that in a second if I don't forget. I'll tell you about that. Shalom, King. We vote now. Hey, Thwada for the super chat. Definitely appreciate it. You say, Shalom, great topic. I may have to use this title. Very thought provoking. Hey, by all means. Hassad, Shalom, Shalom. Yeah, man. So what ended up happening was that, so we was having brothers come on, show was going good. And I don't know if y'all remember the situation. I hate to talk about this because I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to bring nothing up, but I'm just trying to tell you what happened. Excuse me. There was a situation with a particular body. It was IUIC back in the day. And there was some stuff that happened. Some people left, some people didn't. And at the time, we were doing a lot of, hosting of shows from brothers who, came from that body, And at the time, man, my mindset was a lot, pretty much immature at the time as well. No matter how long you can be in the truth, you can still be immature. And a lot of what I did and said and the way I handled things, it was immature, right? And so during that situation, we kind of had some back and forths a little bit. And as we were growing, I'm talking to my wife and I'm like, I don't want the platform to have that type of reputation. Remember us having this conversation. So I don't want the platform to have that type of reputation. So what I did was I stopped hosting certain type of shows. We started doing like more positive shows. And we talked about it before it happened. We said, we know the viewership is gonna drop. Cause why? Israel is attracted to drama. It's just what it is. As soon as you leave the dramatic effect, viewership can dip. So we stopped that, stopped talking about certain things. We stopped, I'm not gonna say I stopped hosting debates because I still get a request to host debates. Some of them were just kind of not fruitful whatsoever. And it was just more of a fight. And then at the end of the day, it's just more of back and forth than there is anything. So for that reason. And a lot of the brothers who was coming on the platform, this started turning Hollywood. Niggas started shooting out requests. Like they got publicists and all types of stuff. Like, nigga, this is YouTube. What are we talking about? And I remember a sister walked up to me. She was like, hey, she said, oh, I'm a fan. I'm like, no, correct the sister. This is YouTube. Ain't no fans. You can go to Gmail, create your Gmail account, go to YouTube, create your YouTube channel. You do the same exact thing I'm doing right now. I get it. YouTube is kind of like the TV effect, right? And so I remember telling her, I say, ain't no such thing as fans when you're doing, you're trying to do the Lord's work, right? Ain't no such thing as fans. The problem is a lot of brothers take that fanship. A lot of brothers, if you come up to them, oh man, I'm a fan. But they head, bloop, that gloating starts. It starts. What you say, ever since he left Atlanta, he dropped the Brew League. IT in debates. Brother just got his head in the clouds. We need the Atlanta version of the brother back. Snap. I dropped the Brew League before I left Atlanta. It was before I left Atlanta. I'm gonna get to that part why I dropped the Brew League. It's how much time I got? 15 minutes or 16 minutes. I'm gonna get to that point why I started doing the Brew League. And I want to do it again, honestly. But anyway, but it was a lot of what y'all didn't see behind the scenes. I ain't gonna lie, man. Some of these niggas were starting to get on my nerves. I'm just gonna shoot straight with you. They were starting to get on my nerves. And I don't want to have bad relationships with brothers, right? One thing a brother in Israel can never really come to you and say, this nigga just disrespected me. I never done it. I don't believe in disrespecting grown men, right? I don't take disrespect, so I ain't gonna disrespect you. You know what I mean? Ain't got nothing to do with being a tough guy, nothing like that. I just don't want to be disrespected. I'm not gonna disrespect you. It's like, that's what I believe. But a lot of these niggas was trying to, you could feel yourself getting to a point like, niggas, YouTube. Like, what did you talk? No, I'm not doing all that. No, bro, your mind is leaving the reason why we're doing this. The reason why we started this. Inside the Nation wasn't started for me to have shows. It wasn't. The word inside the nation up there, that nation word, that was for the nation. When I started Inside the Nation, if you've been following since then, that wasn't all the glitter and the glam on the screen back. That didn't exist. That did not exist, right? You may have had a platform or two that may have had some on the screen, but that didn't exist. A lot of brothers that you see with on the screens and this and that, the big camps that you see, I helped them set them up. Hey, Apaya, how did you do this? Hey, how you do this? They call me. I sit down with them. Sit down in their audience, in the crowd while they're doing their shows or classes or whatever. Make sure, hey, if you need help, I'm in the crowd. Just go ahead, boom. Sat down with them previously, showed them how to put stuff on the screen. You name it. It's probably not one of the biggest camps. Probably not one around that didn't reach out. But most people wouldn't know that I was one helping to put these platforms together and showing these brothers how to do this stuff, right? Like everything you see is what I do. Like myself, I put the time in and do it. And so I was showing them what I do, right? And so it got to the point where it was just crazy. Niggas is going Hollywood. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. I'm like, you know what? And I'm trying to tell you, but be blunt, not be blunt, too forthcoming at the same time. But it was just a lot. It was just a lot. To me, I felt like a lot of wickedness was coming out. And if I feel like I feel wickedness, I kind of step back, right? Because again, you know, I'm allergic to judgment. I heard it wasn't pleasant, so I try and stay away from it, if you know what I mean. I'm allergic to judgment. And so anyway, I stopped dealing with all that. We stopped doing certain shows. We stopped doing certain debates. I still get the debates to this day. Hey, let's do a debate on this. It's only certain ones that I'm going to take. You know, like the one I missed yesterday, I was supposed to take. Hey, shout out to Y'all Shop, man. My bad. Hey, Corey, if you're still in here, tell Y'all Shop my fault. I already talked to him, but that was my fault. But I'm gonna repost it though, so you can get it out there. Hey, Christian Corey, we are witnesses of what you detailed. Hey, why they don't tune in, just come in and start hating. I don't know why they're attacking me right now. But yeah, so there was a lot going on. And with the Brew Leagues, the reason I pulled back from that as well. Now, I'm talking about Passover demons. We on kind of sidetrack. But anyway, the reason I pulled back from that as well, here's the part that you didn't see. Now, my point in even doing the Brew League was this. I had an idea. It was two different brothers that came to me and said, hey, let's do an Israelite rap battle. Hell no, I don't know Israelite rap battle. Not doing that. Israel ain't ready for no rap battle. Like, do you know what type of craziness gonna start if we do it? Israel, because it might, in your mind, it might start off peaceful and cool, and then somebody gonna say something that you don't like, and you're gonna get a little response, and it's gonna grow, and it's gonna grow into wickedness. So I'm trying to look at tomorrow, right? So I tell the brother, nah, I ain't gonna do that. Another brother came to me with that. Nah, I ain't gonna do that. Brother came back again. So I said, let me think on it. Here's what I do. And this is where the Brew League came from. So let me think about it. I said, boom. Most High gave me an idea. So I thought about the Brew League. Let's do this. Set up a show. We'll get everybody to watch. And we know, I already got experience. Like I was just telling y'all, Israel really kind of connected to drama and entertainment in most cases. So we got to make this entertaining. The point of making it entertaining is if we can set it up in a way that it will hold people's attention, then guess what? It will hold their attention and it's going to promote your music. And how I benefited from this, and so did everybody. The way I benefit from it is if more of you guys started doing music and getting it out there, then guess what? My children got something better to listen to. They ain't got to listen to the, what's her name? The Cardi B's and the WAP and whatever. Right? They ain't got to listen to all that. So sat down, I set it up, and I'm telling you, to put the Brew League together, that shit was crazy. Right? Y'all got to understand, I don't use StreamYard. Like, you can look at the screen and tell I don't use StreamYard. You know? Actually, I do. I utilize StreamYard to come into a system. I got a few systems connected. StreamYard, Soundwave, Spotify. I got all type of stuff over here connected. Right? A little TV studio. And so for me to make that happen with the coming in and going out, going across the screen, who coming up and this and that, music been playing, we had some technical difficulties along the way because it was a learning process. But me doing that was a lot of work. When I had to sit down and put it together, I remember my wife having to come in the room. I'm in the room on the desk. I'm putting stuff together. I'm in there like 9 hours straight. Reason being, hey, here's what we're doing, Brew League. Anybody want to be involved here? Do this. Send me one email with your 3 best songs. And when you send your 3 best songs, I got 55 emails with 99 songs. And send me one email with your 3 best songs, because we have a format which we're going to go. Got another 2,000 emails with 78 songs. Like, man, you niggas can't fucking listen. Y'all don't follow directions well at all.
right? Not to mention, I got a song that's submitted to the Brew League. It's supposed to be truth music. Brother talking about how I'm gonna use the word smash, but that ain't what he said. How he's gonna smash these sisters, and you know, I had to call that brother. Man, don't you ever send me some bullshit like this again, bro? Bro, if I would have seen you, I probably would have choked you, like straight up. Like, why would you send me that bullshit? This is truth music to you? Like the type of music we were getting, you wouldn't even believe it. Niggas talking about shooting and killing each other. Like, so we sorted out through the music. I sorted out the first year, did it by myself. And then what ended up happening, I told the brothers, here's the really catch of the Brew League. Please understand, this is not a competition. Told everybody, met with everybody. This is not a competition. But what we are doing, we are putting it in a competition format. Like if you're familiar with sports like March Madness, you know, you start with your seeds and whoever wins goes to the next round, all the way to the championship round. But listen, it's not a competition. It's literally put that way to hold the attention of the people so they can be entertained. And if they're listening, if they're watching, guess what they're doing? They're listening to your music. And if they're listening to your music, guess what they're doing now? They're getting more acquainted of who you are. Just stop and think about the time and go back to Brew League. It was a lot of brothers in Brew League like, man, I'm glad you did this. I didn't even know that brother rap. I didn't even know he had music. I didn't know he had talent like that. And I started connecting brothers together behind the scenes. That's when you start seeing all the features in Israel. You probably barely ever seen the feature before then. Think I'm lying? Go ask your favorite artist. So with that being said, this is not a competition. This is not a competition, Israel. This is only the format. The only goal is to let people hear your music, get more subscribers. Man, if a Joker didn't win this round, I cheated him. Even if I wasn't even voting, I'm just hosting the show. I ain't even vote, but I cheated. Wow, you're in control of it. You cheated me, and all type of emails, nasty emails, and I'm on the borderline of cussing niggas out because now I'm mad. And I'm like, bro, y'all do realize that you putting out one of your dollars into this. I'm paying for artist music out of my pocket, right? I'm putting my time here. Remember I told you my wife had to come in one day and say, man, you've been here like 9 hours. That's almost 10 hours. Like I'm taking time away from my family because I want to put this together for Israel just for them to complain. And trust me, you ain't see the behind the scenes, man. It was one dude I had to even end up blocking out of the whole chat because he was said I cheated and we worked out at the same gym. I see you at the gym is on. Again, I was a little immature, so I went to the gym. I wanted to see if I could see him, but he wasn't there. But I didn't know what was going on because I blocked him. And I thought if I block you, then guess what? I block you from everybody. Did not know that. Until I started getting calls from brothers, buddy, you good? You good? We need to roll over there. Oh, what y'all talking about? Well, calm down. Nigga, hit something. He know where you live. He can know your family and everything. What? Yeah. Man, making life threats. That's not, I ain't gonna lie. I had to go. I had to try and have a conversation with a brother. I won't choke him. I ain't gonna lie to you. But anyway, immature, right? So anyway, all of this is going on in the background. And then when cause I went back, brother showed me, I'm talking about this brother literally text 8 hours straight. He was trying to fight everybody. He was gonna kill everybody. All because he lost the vote at the Brew League. And it was my fault. And I didn't even vote. Mind you, before this brother came to the Brew League, he had 1 subscriber. It's the same brother who I did a logo for his business, free. I ain't charging him nothing. Just brother, I'm trying to help out. To this day, he used that logo for his business. They ain't never paid me a dime. I never asked for a dime. I still don't care, right? And so to this day, still use the logo. Brother done been to my house, you know, gave brother rides, all type of stuff. But since he lost the Brew League, the demon came out. Found out later he was an OT only. I'm like, that was it. I didn't know that. That had to be it. But anyway, and so what happened was after that, I'm looking at the messages. When I say 8 hours straight, I am not exaggerating to you. This brother put in a full work shift of texting and threatening how he's gonna kill everybody. And that's why these brothers are reaching out to me. So I'm looking at what he's saying. He ain't just mad at me no more. He mad at everybody. Everybody gonna get it. Now, he was the most extreme case, but there were other cases. I felt like I got cheated. And I was telling brother, I said, y'all don't really understand how this thing is. You can't please everybody in Israel. No matter what you do, it's going to be somebody who don't like what you did, although they put zero effort into doing what you did. They never had the thought or idea to help Israel ever. But now that you got the idea, you got the thought, you know, just demons. You trying to help, but they're going to find every which way what you did was wrong, but never put the effort in themselves.
That's why I said I ain't going to Brew League no more, man. It was another brother. I ain't gonna say his name. He done talked about it. I don't know if he changed his mind or not, but he called me. He had a big thing in Israel. He called me. I said, all right, be careful, brother, how Israel gonna respond and how they gonna act. Just, yeah, I got them, he was with it. Now, mind you, he was actually one of the ones who had a couple complaints himself. And I was trying to explain to him, because it's a beloved brother. I ain't just, a brother I just like, whatever. No, it's a brother I'm actually cool with. It's my brother. I'm like, you complaining? I ain't really complaining. I'm just saying that. I said, okay, all right. I explained it to him. But then when he had his situation, his big event in Israel, he called me back and apologized. Yeah, but I see what you was talking about. You can't do nothing for nothing you do won't ever be right. Now, I don't know if I ain't gonna venture into that. My situation with the Brew League was very extreme. It was very extreme. Niggas just don't put no money in. They complain about everything. Get phone calls. Jokers want to talk about the other. Man, you don't even know that, bro. Matter of fact, let me put them on three-way. All right, what you was talking about now? Let's go ahead and clear that up. Now we friends, but you just called me to talk about them though. Like, so we getting death threats. Jokers not showing up. They do not follow instruction. I'm like, I'm tired of this, man. I'm tired of this. I ain't doing this no more. So I did a second one. The second time was actually better as far as production than the first time, but the second time was worse as in spirits and the interactions and the fights and they want to murder everybody. It got much worse. I'm like, man, if I do a Brew League 3, this thing they probably will get to the point of killing each other. You know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, I'm not gonna do it again. But if I do decide to do it again, I'm gonna have to do it in a much different format than what I did the first time. So I appreciate you being transparent about the evolution of your platform. Man, all praises, all praises. We need that Brew League. Again, I want to do it. I'm not saying I don't want to, but seeing how the reaction was, I know people have been asking me about the Brew League ever since. It was something new in Israel. Nobody had did anything like that before. I would like to think that Inside the Nation had a hand in starting a few of the trends in Israel. Like, for example, online album parties. First time, unless somebody else did it, I just never knew about it. The first time we did that was with Judah Mack. He hit me up one day. He said, man, I want to promote my music. I want to get it out there, which I don't really do music promotion anymore because YouTube been striking everything. But he hit me up. He said, I want to promote my music, get it out there. So let me think about it. And so we came back with the online album party. And the way we had it set up, man, it was catchy. Got a lot of views. Everybody, was dealing with it. It was appreciating it. It was fun. It's a pretty good show. And after that, we start seeing, online album parties over here and over there and this thing, It's all good. It's something that we can do. We can evolve and, progress. But trust me, dealing with Israel, evolving and progressing is not easy. It's not easy. Again, which is why back to the Passover demons and what I'm saying would make me feel guilty because I wasn't opening the doors of, let me not say that. Not that I wasn't opening the doors of the congregation, of the camp. I wasn't advertising it. So when the brother told me, said, man, I didn't even know you had a camp. I didn't want to deal with a lot. Our body's peaceful, man. We got what we do. My mindset is we have a very peaceful congregation, right? And our congregation, actually, we meet online and meet for the feast days. Now, how it's set up is you got camps in this city, that city, that city, that city. But what about for the sporadic ones spread out who are nowhere near those camps, right? Where do they go? They just listen to YouTube all day, right? So how I have it set up is, you can come and join the class, jump on the Zoom, join the class. And when we have the feast, you can come to the feast. We got members. We got a sister way out in Russia, man. Not literally, but she way over there, like in the West Coast, northwest corner of the country, like way out there by herself. That allows her to be a part of the body, though, be a part. And we have feasts that allows her to come to the feast. And so instead of ignoring the people or not having a setup for the people who are spread in different places where they're not close to the bigger cities where the camps are actually located, how do we deal with them without just having to have them watch YouTube all day? All right. Who do they ever counsel with? All right. Who do they ever get to call? Like, is there a sisterhood, that sister can be a part of? Is there a brotherhood that brother could be a part of? Is there a Sabbath class they can actually attend versus watching it online? Is there a midweek study of biblical basics they can actually attend? We do all of that. We do have marriage maintenance. We believe in roundness, well-roundedness. The Bible talks about every aspect of your life, right? Every aspect. And so we try to hit every aspect. Financial classes, marriage classes, children classes, sisterhood groups, brotherhood groups, and we add to it as we go. Well-roundedness, right? If you create a well-rounded person, man, it's just, let me rephrase that. That sounded pretty ugly. Not create a well-rounded person, but help a person grow to be more well-rounded is the point. And that's what we attempt to do. But again, we do that. My fear was like, man, I don't want this disrupted, man. We have a beautiful group of people. I mean, we all not perfect. We all got room to grow, but we have a beautiful group of people. And I don't want that to be disturbed. But again, after the Passover season, after these demons we looking at, I'm like, man, I'm guilty. There's people out here probably looking for some places to go. And again, it really, I don't know if the brother understood, but it really stuck out in my head when he was not the first person, but he came back and said, man, I ain't even know you had him. And I'm looking at what's happening. I'm like, why am I not telling the people? It's not a recruiting mission. Again, I already told you. It ain't even my goal to even, but at least give the option. And I haven't told the people. So just things that's happening, man. It's been pretty ugly in Israel. And I was just like, Passover season it happens every year, but this will happen to be the year where it was just probably one of the most ugliest years. And so when I did make mention of, hey, we have a body over here, and instantly there were several people who reached out. All right. Which tells me that, people are looking for places to go fellowship, join, learn, talk to people who they believe, they can be, have a good relationship with without all the craziness and, retardation and stuff. But that's what it is, man. I actually reached my time. It's 8 o'clock in the morning. Man, I appreciate y'all for joining in the Monday morning roundtable. We back, man. Again, I got the message that said, "Bye, man, what made you start the Monday morning roundtables?" And I was like, man, I got busy. I just got pulled in 25 different directions. And so now we back. I plan to keep it going. So when y'all riding to work, got things to do, you're on your way to your destination, something to listen to in the morning versus some of y'all be out there listening to Cardi B. I know some of y'all be out there listening to Cardi B. You know what I mean? Y'all, that brother Christian Corey who was here this morning, he probably be out there listening to Cardi B. On this plan. I'm joking, man. Hey, shalom to everybody. I appreciate y'all joining in. Try to hit all the chats. I appreciate y'all joining in and chiming in. Before y'all go, man, drop in the chat real quick. Where y'all watching from? If you haven't done so already. Where y'all located at? I know I seen the Indiana earlier. Seen the Indiana. I think the Indiana is the only one I saw, I think. Where y'all watching from? If you're driving, please don't text. Man, the brother told me to put it in there. I put it in there and now boom, it's his fault. What's his insurance company number? If you're driving, don't put it in there. But if you can, where you watching from? Baltimore. Con. Feed me righteously while I say I'm watching from Baltimore. CJ Key, Mississippi. Flip the script though. You said, I already told you. Connecticut. That's right, you did. Connecticut. God. Augusta. Man, we about to hire some drivers over there in the Augusta area, man. That's what's up. Newark, New Jersey. That's what's up. Man, as y'all see, man, we scouted everywhere. South Atlanta. What is South Atlanta would be? Is College Park considered South Atlanta? I think College Park is considered South Atlanta. I'm not sure. Maybe it's not. South Atlanta. Okay. All right. We watch it from all over, man. All praises. Let me see it before I get up out of here. I dropped the link. No, ain't nobody back there. Well, that's Mansfield, Louisiana. Okay. Louisiana in the building. Is that close to New Orleans? That's close to New Orleans. All right. They feed me righteously. Lily speaking to you. She said shalom. Shalom. Hey, look what? But this thing right here just, y'all see that camera just jump? It do its own thing. I didn't tell it to do that. Let's go ahead and readjust you, buddy. Doing some craziness. Got one of them weird cameras that it'll follow you. If I turn the switch on, it'll follow me wherever I go. Shreveport. I've been to Shreveport once. From the Netherlands. From the Netherlands. How is it over there in the Netherlands, man? Me and my wife and family, we looking to get out of the country. We trying to figure out where we want to go, though. Lily, feed me righteous, spoke back. She said shalom. Just in case you ain't see it. Choking a little bit. Lord, I came for the righteous enlightenment and edification. Man, God, man, all praise it, man. All praise. All praise to the Father. So, you know, again, man, we looking at, you know, Passover. You know what I'm saying? The Passover demons came out. And good Lord. Her chosen path with Tierra. Look at, she have a different name every time she come on screen. I almost don't know her, even though she's part of the body. Every week is a new name. Every week. But again, I was thinking about it, man. I just want to know, like, how y'all Passover went. I know we've seen all this. How are we going to recover as a people from what we've seen this year? We've seen things previous years, weird things, silly things. But how do we recover from what we've seen leading into Passover? And if you notice now, again, it's kind of fading out because Passover season's over. No matter which phase of the moon you observe, they've all kind of done their thing. Everybody's done their Passover, so the Passover demon's kind of leaving. There'll probably be another spike throughout the year somewhere, but watch next Passover. Those things that you probably didn't hear about this year, that I was telling you about, that I kind of didn't tell you about, but hinted towards, that's still on the horizon, those will probably be the things that come out next year, Passover. But well, why are you not calling it out about it if it's sin? I don't know what to be sin. They're allegations right now. Excuse me. They're allegations, accusations. But, you know, we'll see. You know, but hopefully y'all had a great Passover. I had a great Passover. You know, hopefully y'all next year Passover, Lord willing, that we get to see that. You know, and the Netherlands is cool. Well, see, they ain't tell me a lot though. They didn't tell me that. They told me it was cool. I need some information. We've been looking at moving to South Africa. We looked at moving to Kenya. We even checked out not Taiwan, Thailand. Thailand, because we just want to get out of here, honestly. Looking into Panama. Checked out Costa Rica, you know, some South American countries as well. Trying to get up out of here, man. Y'all wouldn't believe the things that I've been learning about these other countries. Man, the things that they tell us, I'm pretty sure y'all already know America is just, they don't lie just to lie. And it's always a lie that you're being told. Then when you look into it yourself, you mind blown, like, wait a minute. I seen a house. Now, granted, get this. I paid almost $700,000 for my house, right? Paid almost $700,000 for my house. I'm looking in South Africa. I don't know whether they cry or laugh, honestly. I look at South Africa. I could have got 2 houses. And both of my house now can fit. I don't have a small house. Both of my houses can fit inside of one of those houses. And I could have got 2 of those houses over there for the price I paid here in America. Now, it ain't about running and fleeing judgment. Judgment gonna be judgment. Judgment gonna be everywhere. You ain't gonna, if it's for you, you ain't escaping it. But if I can, while I'm here and while we chilling, if I can go and buy me a house somewhere, I'm talking about Pool in the backyard. Did y'all know in other countries, it's normal, at least in the countries I've looked into, it's a part of the process. You don't buy furniture. Now, over here in America, you go look at a house or an apartment, something like kind of furnished, and show you how it can look. That comes with the house over there. Just get your toothbrush, get your clothes, move in. You bought the house, you bought the furniture. That's crazy. That's a bit crazy. Did y'all know that? I didn't know that. Maybe y'all already knew, but I didn't know that. So when I'm looking at this stuff, I'm like, wow, that's crazy. And I'm talking about houses, pools in the backyard. My house, my whole back wall opens up, right? And it opens up to my patio. Their house opens up to a kind of patio thing with a bar on it, with outdoor TVs and and then you go through that area, then get to the pool, and the pool has chairs and seats around it, and $300,000. What? Like, crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. You said racism is not bad or open as it is in the U.S. I think because we don't compete here like in the U.S. Now that's the thing. You said the Netherlands, right? I'm not joking. I'm gonna research that because we actually looking like we don't know where we want to go. We don't know where we're going. Shalom, fam. Shalom. So yeah, I'm about to check the Netherlands out. But yeah, man, paid about $700,000 for this house, and I look at the house and over there, and I'm like, man, I was hurt. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was hurt. But anywho, I was hurt. You said, I've definitely thought about leaving Babylon. Definitely thought about leaving Babylon. I ain't partial. Yeah, do that research, fam. Do that research. And you look out there, you're going to see a lot of stuff. They want to tell you, hey, listen, third world country, you don't. Man, South Africa. I live in Florida. And I'm looking at South Africa. I'm like, that look like Florida. What happened to all these third world countries? What a little boy with a fly on his head that they always show us? I ain't see him. Wake up, black people. Drop the Son of Mary idol. Repent. Return to the first commandment. Anyway, yeah, I don't see the boy with the fly on the eyelids. Now, I'm not gonna say the boy don't exist, but they try to make you think that's all it is. That's all it is. No, it's actually beautiful over there. I seen some Central America countries, South American countries. Beautiful, beautiful. Look a lot better than the United States, honestly. Shalom, fam, shalom. Say go black to Africa. I don't know if you meant to put black or not, or maybe maybe did. Go black to Africa may have more information about locations. Black to Africa? Is that like a channel or something? Or are you just saying? Because I've been checking out, I'm supposed to be out 15 minutes ago. I've been checking out, it's a company, it's a brother and a sister, him and his wife moved over there, and they're in the business of getting people to, make your transition easier. It's called The Real South Africa is what it's called. The Real South Africa. The Real South Africa. You say it's a channel? Okay. My wife says it's a channel. Go black to Africa. Okay. Hey, if you can, jot that down. I'm gonna go check that out. So that's the one, brother. Okay. Okay, kind. Uh-oh. That's what he calls himself on YouTube. Okay. The first commandment, have no other God before me. The creator, Yah, only alone. Don't be prideful. Listen, I'm not even gonna be mad at your stance because I understand your stance. But I think when y'all debate about having God before the Father. What y'all are doing is debating with Christianity. I don't believe Christ, or Yahweh, however you refer to him. I don't believe he's above God. God is alone. The Father is alone. There is none above the Father. I don't worship the Son as the Father. But I get it. That's been what's put out there, and that's what a lot of people believe. The Son didn't even tell you to worship the Father. Matter of fact, he wouldn't even let you talk to him without acknowledging the Father's being good. Remember Matthew 19? When a young man came, good master, he stopped him in his tracks. Hold on, why would you? There's only one good. That's the Father. He wouldn't even have a conversation with the guy without acknowledging the Father as being the only one. What you're talking about is Christian equals a follower of Christ, which you are. Christian was actually a derogatory term, but whatever it is, like, if you don't want to listen, then hey, bro, hit the exit button. Shalom. Yeah, CJ, I get it. I was just trying to reason with the brother, because what he's debating is something that Christians in the modern day sense believe, not that what we believe as far as Israel. I don't know. We don't believe Christ is the head of the Father, and he's the Most High God. There's one God, there's one Father, there's one Most High. And when OT onlys come debating, they always come debating from a Christian perspective. Like, we don't believe that. We never have. Well, I don't believe that. Let me speak for myself. And I never have. You know, even when I was in the Christian church, I always thought it was God the Father and his Son. And even to me, then it was common sense that how can the Son be the Father? But yet he came from himself, but he's beneath the Father, but at the same time, he's above the Father, but it never made sense to me. I never believed in that. Anybody who know me, even when I was in the Christian church, they'll tell you I didn't believe none of this stuff. So yeah, you know, they just debate from a Christian perspective because they think that we believe what every Christian believes, and it's not the fact. Yeah. They also believe that, Michael Smith, you Torah only, repent and accept Christ as the Messiah of Israel. Exactly. They also believe that, you know, that no man can bear the sins of, you know, of a people. But what is that? Leviticus 16, I believe it is. Let me look. I think it's Leviticus 16. Make sure I got that right before I say it. I get mixed up every now and then. Yeah, Leviticus 16. The entire chapter talks about a man bearing the sins of the people. And when you read it, just because I'm about to get off here, when you read it, here's a quick hint for those people who think a man can't bear the sins. It talks about the high priest, which Christ was, a high priest. He shall lay his hands on the heads of the goats, right? And then the sin of the people shall go upon the goat, right? That's what it says. Just read it. He's going to lay his hand on the goat, and sins of the people are going to go on the goats. Well, before he laid his hand on the goat, what were the sins of the people? Who was carrying them before he did that? He was. And he transferred the sins upon. It literally says that. So when they say stuff like, oh, no man can bear the sins of the sin, then that mean the high priest couldn't do it. Then what was the high priest doing? It's literally what he says. Leviticus 16. Read the entire chapter. Read slowly. I don't get it. I don't understand how they understand Isaiah 53. Well, actually, I do understand how they understand Isaiah 53. And they say that's actually Israel as a whole, as a people. But I learned that's actually a European concept. That's fairly new. That's a new teaching. But anyway. Yeah, we could get into that, Michael. I'm not even gonna put it on the screen. We could get into that, but you OT onlys be fairly simple. Matter of fact, the brother that I was telling about the Brew League, who was gonna kill everybody, he was OT only. Hey, Mike, I got a question for you. All right, Michael Smith. Do you wear fringes? Yes or no? The reason I'm asking is I've never seen the OT only wear fringes. Hey, put a 1 in the chat if you've ever seen the OT only wear fringes. Put a 2 if you've never seen the OT only wear fringes. I've never seen they always talk about the commandments. Oh, you are idolatry, but y'all don't even keep the simple commandments that's in Torah. I've never seen you wear a fringe, and that's very simple. I've never even seen the OT only wear a fringe. Oh, Gospel Dissonance says they have. Okay, cool. Take a picture next time, because I've never seen it. I'll just be honest with you. I'm not even being funny either. The ones that I've ever met, I've never seen them wear fringes. And I think it's a natural thing for us to do as a people. We jump to the deepest parts of the scripture and we forget the basics. Everybody's deep in Torah. Them people who are really deep in Torah, stop them in their tracks and say, hey, what's the 10 Commandments? And just sit there and see if they can utter off the 10 Commandments. I can go get my 11-year-old son. He'll knock him out for you. He's been able to do that since he's been like, 6 or 7. Stop. Right? Gospel Distance says, my cousin is the first one I met. My cousin and the first one I met, not my cousin. I think I get it. But maybe it was a cousin. I think he said somebody he know that he actually met, that, or she, I'm not sure, whoever Gospel Distance is. Well, fam say they met and they saw. But the crazy part is, if you can remember 1 or 2, because there's a plethora of them, but only 1 or 2, that's the problem. So again, like, everybody gets so deep into the 2 different people. Okay, I see what you're saying. 2 different people. But that's still like a small number. And what I do, they be getting deep in Torah. Okay. Oh yeah. Like KG. Yeah. Okay. Hey, wait, real quick. What's the 10 Commandments? And see if they can tell you. But you know the deepest and darkest sins. You know who the Messiah is and who the Messiah ain't. You know that I'm in idolatry, but you don't even know the basic foundations of the law. And most of them, because I've never met one, most of you don't even keep the basic foundations of the law. The crazy part is, the last OT only conversation I had with a brother was on Clubhouse, and that brother was saying that since we're not in Israel, we're not required to keep the laws. Listen to what I'm about to tell you. He says we're not in Israel, so we're not required to keep the laws. But since we're not required to keep the laws, then am I in sin if you're saying I'm in idolatry? Ain't that one of the laws? Not to have a God before, the Most High God. He is the highest and only. He is God alone. Isn't that what you're telling me I'm sinning about? But this same guy was telling me that we're not required to. I'm like, he was like one of the first ones I heard say that, but I'm kind of thinking they all believe that, because when you look at me, it's my thought process, because when you look at them, one of the most simple laws, fringes, you never see them keep that law. But they will come and tell you how wicked you are. All right. Yeah, that's what I was just saying. Some OT onlys believe since we're not in the land, we can't keep the commandments. I was having a conversation with an OT only on Clubhouse about that. But if we can't keep the commandments because we're not in the land, then isn't one of the commandments not to have a God before the Most High God? Put no other God before me? But they'll tell you idolatry. Wait, but we're not in the land. How am I idolatry? According to what you say, how am I in idolatry? He says, I'm not even posting this comment. Stop. I might as well just post it. Let me see. Stop running, childish name calling, slander, moving the goalposts, changing the narrative, etc. It's going to save you. Shaking my head. I called that brother name. I just finished talking about how I don't disrespect people. If I called your name, I apologize. I don't call names. I don't call you foolish. That's not a name calling. That's scripture. But I didn't call you a name. I didn't call you a name. I didn't move the goalposts. I did none of that. I just talked about what was actually relevant to the topic. Michael Smith, let me ask you, can we keep the laws here in the land? Let's see if he tell the truth. Now, if you lie, you know that's a transgression. But if you're not in the land, you lie, then would it be a transgression? But are we supposed to keep the laws in the land? Hey, shalom, Brittany. Shalom, shalom. I'm gonna get this answer, then I'm gonna get up out of here. The Monday morning roundtable is supposed to be from 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. It's 8:26. I never get out on time. I never get out on time. Are we supposed to? Oh, I got a text message. So I called him simple. No, that's scripture too. That's scripture. That's scripture. Matter of fact. Let's see. Proverbs 1:22. How long, ye simple ones, will you love simplicity? And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge. When the brother first made his post, I didn't say anything. I tried to reason with him. I tried to talk with him and tell him, hey, that's not us, that's Christianity. I'm trying to give him the breakdown and the knowledge that you're debating us from a Christianity, a Christian perspective. That's not what we believe, right? He completely ignored it, but the scripture says it, you know, how long you simple ones will love simplicity. The same person who will tell you that a man can't bear your sins or the sins of the people, he must have skipped Leviticus, the 16th chapter, where a man literally bared, you know, the sins of a people. You had to have skipped over it. It goes on to say, and the scorners delight in their scorning. The scorners delight in their scorning. Instead of having a conversation with me, I'm trying to talk with him. What did he do? What did he do? He continued to be a scorner. And ye fools hate knowledge. I'm trying to give him the knowledge and information that that's not our perspective. Did he listen? Did he? No, he hates knowledge. So I didn't call you a name. Appreciate that text though, because I have forgot about me saying simple, but that's not a name. That's what the scriptures say. The scripture said that. All right. All right, he posted keep Leviticus 26 and all that, 2 Corinthians 7:14. I got you out. I got you. Ryan Harris, shalom, fam. You said we keep the laws best way we can, walking and talk like Christ did. We supposed to do in greater things. But anywho, man, I ain't gonna go back and forth with Michael Smith today. I'm finna get ready to get out of here. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Hey, man, make sure I hit smash the like button if you have not done so already. Each and every Monday morning, man, y'all join us. 7 o'clock Monday mornings, the Monday morning roundtable. You say this should be the next debate. Yeah. I could see that one. That one has substance to it. I could see that one. I was actually supposed to do a show yesterday, and I was supposed to be reacting to a debate. I got sidetracked with some things that were happening. You know, we were closing out feasts and things of that nature, and the other things, you know, kind of transpiring. I kind of like, psh. But again, I'm not opposed to doing debates anymore. I just stopped doing them due to some other things I was just a little annoyed by. Yeah. All right, Michael Smith. Anyway, Monday morning roundtables, man, every Saturday morning. Monday morning. Good Lord. That what happens when you talk to, hey, how long will you simple ones love simplicity? When you start talking to simple people, it starts to rub off on you. Monday morning roundtable is on Monday mornings, 7 o'clock in the morning, from 7 to 8. We may go a little over like we did today, but make sure y'all join. Make sure y'all hit the like button, subscribe. Hey, share the show so that people can know that the Monday morning roundtable is back. Just had a quick welcome chat. Want to talk to the folk on the way into work. Man, wherever y'all are, make sure you keep the Most High God first. Keep him lifted as number one in your life. You know, giving him glory, honor, and praise in the name of his one and only begotten Son, Yahushua, Yeshua, however you pronounce it. Giving him praise in the name of his one and only begotten Son. May y'all have a good morning. Be blessed. Be safe. We'll see y'all next time. Shalom.